I'm getting scammed. Yeah, I am gonna need a visa. Oh my god. I'm honestly a little scared. Oh my god, I haven't had food for 18 hours. What the fuck has been the last 24 hours? Well, I honestly, less than 12 hours ago, I genuinely thought I'm not gonna be going on this trip. Yeah. As you would have seen my other vlogs, I've just been taking my merry old sweet time, getting ready, getting excited for this holiday. I got my nails done, cut my hair. The thought of getting a visa did not even cross my mind for a second.
It is completely my fault.
But I think the fact that I'm traveling with someone who has like permanent residency, it just didn't even come up in conversation. And like I was just like dilly-dallying, fully assuming that I could just waltz into the country from Japan and not have to worry about a thing. I booked my damn flight, booked the accommodation, I planned the check-in and the check-out was right because I'm arriving at like 2 a.m. Was doing good until then, until I literally realized, yeah, I am gonna need a visa and I should have done it 2 weeks ago at the latest. Yeah. But what we realized is that you can do like a transit visa. So basically you sandwich Shanghai in the middle or China in the middle and cross over to another country. But the transit cannot be up to 144 hours, which is actually quite lenient. That's like 6 or 7 full days, which my stay is within those hours. So just had to do a bit of critical thinking. My boyfriend also helped out so much. Growing up Asian in Australia, my peers around me could obviously always go to their English speaking parents and like have their assignments honestly done for them or like helped. But I feel like, you know, we would get a form from school or like a government form, and I grew up reading them for my parents and just like kind of translating and like helping them with even that kind of stuff. So obviously like school, homework, all that I completely had to figure out on my own. So it's just like so nice that for, oh my god, I look like an egg. It's just so nice that for the first time in my life, like I actually have someone in my life that I can just fully just trust and know that he's going to help me figure out things. And it's just, it means a lot. He's in Europe, we do long distance, so he was up until freaking crack of dawn, like 4:30 a.m. helping me out. I'm going to be flying to Korea, I think. I say I think because I don't know. I say Korea because like, yeah, I'm going, but it's not like I'm going to like stop by Korea and like explore and stuff. I've never felt so much anxiety going to a country wondering, am I actually gonna get let into the country even though I've booked my flight? Everybody just pray for me because we're gonna be finding out in real freaking time if I'm gonna be allowed. No, I'm not using language like that, no. The only possible way that this will unfold today is I'm gonna go to the airport, I'm gonna get on my flight on time, actually with a lot of time so I can relax at the airport. When I get to China, they will allow me into the country with transit visa because I have proof that I have sandwiched Shanghai in the middle. And yeah, that's the only way. That is the only way. Everyone is always probably wondering like, how the fuck is this girl always traveling? Like, how does she have money? Like, does her parents pay for it? No. I just choose the cheapest flights that leave Tokyo at midnight, arrives at 2 a.m. and I am gonna be staying at like a really sketchy little hotel within the airport area, which only cost me like, honestly, I think it was like $18. 2 stars out of 5. It'll be fun. It'll be character development. I'm sure it'll be fine. I just need a place to shower and sleep when I land at like 2 in the morning, get out of the airport by like 3 or 4. Who knows how long immigration will take. And I don't book check luggage. You just gotta be really smart with your money and just like sometimes be a little bit stingy. It's currently 5:30. Let's get dressed and let's go print out these forms. Have landed in Shanghai. So I applied for like one VPN app and I think I'm just coming to realize that it's not working. I honestly, like, I'm just focused right now on like getting out of the airport. I'm just following everyone. I have no idea how I'm gonna get to my hotel, but we will find out together because my VPN is not working. I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh my god, I'm finally in my room. The last time I had food in Japan was 4 p.m. exactly 12 hours ago. I was supposed to grab some food at like a convenience store. Yeah, I was supposed to grab some food and obviously have it before my flight, like to substitute for dinner. But oh my god, I feel like I have so much to update you on. Everything that could have gone wrong literally went wrong. I don't even know how I made it here. I don't know how I made it here with no access to internet, no Chinese. Oh my god. Inside I'm crying right now of exhaustion, and I'm like still really startled from the taxi situation that I just had. I know that you should only ever order DDs because you see taxi drivers out here are gonna try and rip anyone off, especially if it's a chick and she can't fucking speak Chinese and she looks clueless and lost as hell. There was actually a point of the drive from the airport to the hotel where I actually was just like so anxious about where my life was headed in that moment. I know that sounds really dramatic, but because it was nighttime, it was 2 a.m, 3 a.m. It was raining. It was just me in the back of this man's car. He was more younger, like 30s. Like I don't even think he would have kids. And I just felt so, just the worst case scenario was going through my head and I wanted to puke. Like I genuinely wanted to vomit because of how anxious I felt about like, what am I doing in this foreign country? Nobody knows where I am right now because I haven't been able to reach anyone to let them know that I've landed or that I'm in a taxi right now with a man. I don't even know the taxi driver's name or number plate or anything, and I just started spiraling. But as we were like kind of arriving to the hotel where there was a bit of traffic, he started pulling out his Google Translate and he was like asking me questions, very friendly questions.
Are you here alone to study exchange? Are you here on a business trip? Do you have any friends?
You know, when they start asking questions like that, it's just like, it's weird. Like, why can't you just ask like where I'm from or if I'm here on holiday? You know, it's just very like specific questions to try and figure out if I'm basically here alone. Already I had like my guards up, and then when we arrived at the hotel I was so relieved and I was basically ready to pay him on WeChat because I got all my apps ready, and he told me 200 yuans. I'm not about to pay that, so it was so uncomfortable, but I was like, no,
Can't do that.
I didn't even know how much that equated to in Australian dollars, but like something in me was just like, this is really expensive. I was kind of like, do you have a meter? Can I get an invoice? And he just kept like avoiding, just saying the most random shit into Google Translate, which was like obviously so stressful for me because I'm in a situation where my data's not fucking working, so I can't even turn my VPN on to check how much this actually is. And at some point after like 10 minutes of like that situation where he wasn't letting go of it, I was like, okay, whatever. And so I put the amount in and I paid, and it didn't go through because apparently I was supposed to do an ID verification back in Japan with the passport, which was obviously a blessing in disguise. And he was like grunting, and that continued on for like 20 more minutes. Eventually he told me to go into the receptionist and go cash out money for him, and I also gave him my 2,000 yen that I had on me. I was obviously willing to transfer him with Alipay or WeChat. It wasn't working, so he was like, go get some cash out from the receptionist, like quick. So I ran in. She was like, girl, we don't have an ATM or anything, like you have to go back to the airport. And he was just like, he was super stressed, which is so silly because 2,000 yen is more than enough. That's literally quadruple, 4 times more than what probably would have gotten for a 10-minute ride. Oh, this man who just wasn't gonna take 20 bucks, even though that's more than enough. Like, ugh. And basically he demanded I have yuans ready for him at the receptionist tomorrow. He said he's gonna come back and he's gonna pick up the money. I'm honestly a little scared that he's gonna be like down there waiting when I arrive. I told my boyfriend and he said that is so ridiculous. Like he said I could literally call the cops and the cops would handle it because it is so ridiculous how much he's trying to charge me for such a short ride, and I've already paid him more than market rate, 4 times more. So yeah. But it's just so weird how he was like, just leave the cash and I'm gonna go get it. Like, I guess because I'm like a Japanese girl and he thought I was quite timid. I'm not timid, I just can't speak the freaking language and I have no idea what's going on, and I'm so overwhelmed and stressed that he actually thinks I'm gonna leave that. Like, that's a lot of trust. Anyways, I gave him 2,000 yen, so I technically have paid him. Obviously I can't prove that, but he also can't prove how much that ride was if he decided not to put a meter on. Oh my god, I'm literally like, I cannot with today. I'm grateful just that I'm alive, to be honest. Solo traveling is so scary.
200 yen for a 10-minute ride. I'll be like, no. What the fuck does she mean she's gonna collect money for the taxi driver? And I need you to have the same attitude as I do right now because it actually pisses me off.
I don't know how I'm surviving without eating, but what can we do? Oh my god. It's currently 10:16. So scared. Okay, so I ended up going to bed at about 5:30. I probably had like, I don't know, 4 hours or less of sleep. I've just been so nervous because basically I'm getting scammed and he's like threatening me to have cash given to the receptionist before I leave today. A lot of cash too. Just to put into perspective, my ride was supposed to be $6 Australian. I've already paid him $20 and on top of that he still wants another $50. I was just trying to organize Dee so that today when I head into the city, my second hotel, everything's all sorted, and I was just looking at the route, just trying to see how much it is. It's gonna be a 50-minute drive and it's less than what he's telling me to have ready for him. So he wants like total 200 yuan ride to my second hotel today. So yeah, Discount Express is 111. It's a 50-minute drive, guys, and it's 111. He wants almost 200 for a fucking drive that was less than 10 minutes. So I think like ever since I have gone to bed today, I've just been going in and out of sleep, and every time I wake up the first thing I think about is I fucking dreamt about the whole situation basically. And you can hear that like every few minutes, but that's like the least of my worries. I just, oh my god, just constantly in and out of sleep, and every time I wake up I just have like this fucking pit of anxiety in my belly about the whole situation. Like, what if he's literally at the reception waiting for me? No, I'm just trying not to even think about that, because obviously the way manifestation works, you just assume the best case scenario. But hypothetically, like if he's literally there waiting for me to check out and I have to get into a fight with him today, like because like, first of all, I don't even have cash. Second of all, I'm not paying him anymore. I've already paid him $20, which is 4 times. Yeah, I've already explained this. I literally had a dream about this whole thing last night. In my dream, the receptionists the day I was checking out were 2 men. But at the same time, I'm like, is it anxiety or am I just really hungry? Because I haven't eaten for, oh my god, I haven't had food for 18 hours. Your girl is hungry. Before I even think about like food, I'm just like, so I just need to get through this. I just need to get through checking out. Like, I don't owe this man anything. I already paid his service. I know he's not gonna like come for me, but like obviously if he haggles like the receptionist for my details, yeah, I guess maybe he'll get my full name and like my phone number and everything, and I'm just like, you know, what's he gonna do? My boyfriend even said, dude, if things get bad, just call the police. The police know that I'm just a little female solo traveler getting ridiculously overpriced. I'm so scared, but I know I should just like hurry up and get the fuck out of here, guys. Okay, let's just shower. Mission, get the fuck out of here. Let me show you my room. I can't remember how much it was, but I'm gonna pop it here. It definitely wasn't expensive because like I said, I really budget when it comes to like flights, accommodation. I feel like if you can budget in that area, you can travel to a lot of places, especially because I'm not really picky at all. I mean, the place I stayed at, sure, a little bit rusty, but it gave me a bed and a shower. Like, I'm freaking happy. This is actually really cute. I'm gonna be here for the next Wednesday, Thursday, next 5 nights, I believe, and it's so cute. I love it. This is like exactly what I need. So as you guys saw, that is the door. Goes straight into the bathroom. I have lots of towels, which is really nice. I've noticed that the showers here have like this mat, not mats, it's literally just like a block of tile, but the other place I stayed at had it as well. I'm so happy. What a fucking journey that was. And this is my bed. It is probably the same size as my bed in Tokyo. It's just like a semi-double. Got slippers down there, and it's actually just like perfect. Like I can do my little journal there. I'm going to end this vlog here just because the journey of getting here and finally getting it to the hotel where I could just like relax and not think about the next thing, that has just been a whole journey in itself. So I think I'm gonna do a second vlog of just like the Shanghai vlog, basically everything me and Via get up to of the next 5 days. You know, solo traveling can seriously, it is I cried like 3 times in that hour taxi drive. Just like feelings of just like relief more than anything. Alipay, WeChat, everything not working because on one app they're trying to send an SMS verification code to my Japanese mobile, which I cannot access my Japanese number while being connected to my Chinese eSIM. I have to use one or the other as the primary, so I can't actually receive any codes while trying to verify something while using that data of the eSIM. And my Australian bank account, the security is just so strong that it would ask me 3 times. It would email me 3 times a different unique code, and I would put it in 3 times, do a little puzzle, and it's like verification failed. I did that for like 40 minutes at the reception, and the whole time I was doing that at the reception, because my plan was to like get to reception and just like order a Didi and yeet the fuck out, because like I didn't know if the taxi driver was gonna rock up and abuse me and just like force me to pay him. I just really didn't want to deal with that, but that was in the back of my mind. So like even sitting in the receptionist for 40 minutes, I was like, this is not a part of the plan and I'm really fucking scared. So yeah, but well, I don't know what happened, but the moment I decided to add my Japanese bank card, and it didn't work because it was sending SMS code to my Japanese number, and I went back to my Australian card, it just randomly worked. It didn't ask for like the unique code. After about 45 minutes of just pure anxiety, and I was just so defeated, like because it's like I have the funds, I have the apps, it's just the verification authorization shit that wasn't working, which was just driving me nuts, because it's like I can see it, I can literally see it, and I'm doing everything right, and then at the end after I do the puzzle it's like failed. But yeah, I guess this is a very realistic view on what solo traveling can look like. I just keep looking at myself from like a 3rd person perspective, and I'm like, how the fuck did you just do that? Like how did you manage to make it in one piece to your hotel? Like I genuinely don't know. And I am now on like hour 22 of no food, coming to a full day, 24 hours. Via will be arriving shortly. I think I'll probably make my way to her hotel and see her there. I know she's had a hectic 30 hours of travel as well, so I think it's just easier if I go meet her at her place. We made it. Hopefully I will see you in the Shanghai vlog. It's gonna be obviously so much more positive.
I'm actually just a girl trying to survive.
Wondering what the fuck is happening to my passport right now. I need to eat. A girl needs to eat. Anyways, I love you so much. Thank you so much for always supporting. I hope you enjoyed this chaotic vlog, and hopefully I'll see you in my main Shanghai vlog. Bye!